There is money on the beat, and you're welcome to Linda's TV show, the home of news and analysis, where you get your information about the happenings in the globe, especially in Nigeria.
Listen to the sound, listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself? Listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself?
I hope I reach you with this. What if we stop pretending and really do practice love? Yeah, like stop putting a price to it. Why would your loved ones fall from your expectation and you label them misfits? Expecting perfection from a seed you sowed beneath an imperfect soil. You can't be dealing on perishable goods and praying to God they remain fresh forever. Shut the fuck up. With time they are predestined to spoil.
Listen to the sound. Listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself? Listen to the sound. Listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself?
Miss me with the judgment. I got love embedded in nature's monument, covered with divine ornament. Police the police. Know thyself and always keep to your promise. Try to touch people more when you are not touching them, because that's when you touch them the most. And even in your loss, do not feel lost, and let your shadow be the only image you trust. Self-love is what brings compatibility into relationships. Set the tone, love yourself, or get ready to engage in situationships.
Listen to the sound. Listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself? Listen to the sound. Listen to my voice. Would you listen to this melody and you will find yourself?
Good morning, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anywhere you are watching this program. This is an interaction section. I welcome all of you. Please, as soon as you join us, the first thing you will do is to share, like and share this program. Nobody will promote us. We are the one to promote ourselves. Ọbụkwa sọsọ agha physical agha nke enwekwara ụzọ ọzọ ha si eme. So the best thing you should do is to share this program to any platform you belong to. Like and gbakwaranum Christmas a na-celebrate kwa ama na Biafrans a na-celebrate. Enwere Kenya na-akpọ ya super chat button n'ebe ahụ. O ruole gị gbara Christmas, gbara ya o ruru gị inene na. My great people of Biafra worldwide, ọ bụ na ọ ga-amasị m aka m like ịsa asụsụ be maka asụsụ be na-atọ m ụtọ. Ọ ga-eme m nkwu onye m bụ n'oche kwe ihe m chọrọ ikwu. Ọ bụghị ebe ịchọwa ebe ị ga-etinye is na was before ndị dictionary abịa ebe a na-abụrụ pen ha na paper ha ji eme edit. You are welcome. And I want to appreciate you too for giving us or creating this wonderful platform that we are using to disseminate this information. If it is not social media like this, I don't know what would have been the fate of people. Believe me, many things would have been going wrong underground, and a lot of people will not know. Just like what is happening, some of people, they will tell you it's social media, it's not real. It's not real until Omegananya. So YouTube, I appreciate you, and I want to also put disclaimer that here in my platform, all the content here is for educational purpose. We don't promote violence, we don't promote war, we don't instigate, we don't promote misleading information. We are only here to inform and educate the members of the public about what is happening. Information, they say, is power. If you are not informed, you will be deformed, and when you are deformed, your own is what? Gone. So YouTube, take note. And also, a call for self-determination is never a call for war. It's a right of every citizen that has treaty with this. And the by mono Igbasa n'ozi a tosara na mozi a ka nso ka ndị ba tosara na ya. We have come again to evangelize. This is how we preach our own gospel. Please, if you want to contribute, this is an interaction section. It's not only myself and Chuk Survivor. I will just do the introduction and I will give you guys space. If you want to call to contribute, there is a link there, or maybe I will repost the link. I'm seeing it there. You can click there, come here. If you want to ask question, if you want to educate us, if you want to disagree with what we are going to say, come on. The door is open. I am the highest Democrat. Practice in Nigeria. So, what is democracy? In a democratic community or society, you allow people to air their mind. You allow them to speak. In fact, do you know that opposition makes any game more interesting? In a situation where, for example, myself and Chuk Survivor, you will be talking, you will say, oh yes, my brother, you are right. It will be boring. But when you counter us, it will become more interesting. So you can counter what we are saying. You can counter anything countable. I will open the door for you. Don't sit in the comment section. If you are the type of myself that is shy, I don't believe that one day myself, Linda, will be here speaking. I am a shy person. I'm somebody that is not friendly with camera. But look at me today. I can speak. I can stay in camera and speak. You cannot stay in a place always and be complaining. Just like most of us in Nigeria, we have accepted our fate. Some people have accepted to buy and suffering. They have taken it as something normal. I was speaking with somebody. Instead of them to buy them, it's better they stay how they were. So you want to, for how long? It's not as if it's something that will end. This person will come. What is happening there is they go from best to worst. You can never see a person that will rule and go out and the second person will be better. No, the previous person will even be better than the present person. So what we are doing today is for your own betterment, is for my own betterment. If we actualize Biafra and everybody goes there, you know you're right, at least you are free to speak. Most of us down there, they know the truth, but they cannot speak, because if you speak, olagala, you see an elderly man that knows the truth, instead of him to speak, either on the kuzona akokonisi, if ana agadi nwoke na-ekwu okwu kọwọ ma onye ada asọ bido sụwa ọsọ ma na asị abana ya, ọ na-eme ka ọ maghị ife ọ na-ekwu. Chineke ezipụtara anyị onye dịka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu to come and liberate us. Do you know that even in your family, because people are not always attentive, if you look at your family, there must be a particular person that will be sacrificial lamb. There must be one of your brother or sister that will sacrifice to bring up the name of that family. That was how it is. What are we celebrating this season? Christmas. What is Christmas? Was it not the time Jesus Christ was born? Was it not the time Jesus accepted to come and die for the remission of our sins? Are we not benefiting from God's blessings because of the sacrifice Jesus made? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came in his own fault after Ojukwu tried all he could. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pick it up from there, and now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu drop to the Prime Minister Musa. Hey, Musa, each time I remember Musa's cry, I just laugh. The way he lament about this, if he will lament about how to fix Nigeria, you know, say people no go dey suffer like this. So it's like I'm talking too much. I'm going to allow my brother Chuk Survivor and any other person that would like to suggest or to speak on this platform to come in. My brother Chuk Survivor will allow you.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that amazing introduction. You have done very well, and I appreciate every Biafran that has connected to this very program. Wherever you are connecting from, I welcome you, and I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. We have come once again, as we always do. In every little time and every little opportunity we have, we come here and speak to Biafran people. This is our own path that we have chosen. Just as we say in every program that every Biafran has a responsibility in the restoration of Biafra. Choose your own responsibility. Don't wait. Every one of us has something we can contribute. Not only financially, you can contribute prayerfully. You can contribute by evangelism. You can contribute in other way by obedience alone. Your obedience to the Biafra Republic Minister and our Prime Minister is also a contribution. So there must be area where you are participating. We must not lose our guard. I welcome everyone that has been able to join this program. Just as my sister have said, please, in this our program, if you don't know this by now, I don't know how you can know it. I have said it several times that once you join any platform where the gospel of Biafra is genuinely preached, share the video and like it. Click like and share. There is no other way you can be able to expand this message. There's no other way you can make sure that that radical evangelism goes far, except by you participating fully, by sharing and liking. If you can be able to join us on the platform, don't be on the comment section alone. When many of us are speaking our mind, the world is watching. When we are speaking our mind and voicing our voices, the world is watching, and they will understand that the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government Israel is not just self-styled the way they call him. Some of them, they say he's a self-styled. They call him self-styled Prime Minister. They think that he imposed himself or enforced himself on us. But when we come in good number, as I'm speaking, my beloved sister is speaking, other people are coming from the audience are speaking their mind. The world is watching. You think they are not watching? They are watching. They are watching. So we must continue to do that, which we shall do. And when you look at the topic we have chosen this day, a topic our sister have chosen, it says the future of the United States of Biafra in 2024. That should be 2024. 2024. As Biafra Republic of Nigeria Prime Minister takes bold step in alliance. The future of the United States of Biafra in 2024. And again, we talk about the alliance we are getting today. You, as a Biafran who has been following events, if you have been following events and paying attention today, the question of saying where is Biafra, has it come or not, that question is dead. You can't ask us questions because we know that today Biafra has already come. In case you have forgotten, now we have the United States of Biafra with 40 states and Ebube as the capital. Those 40 states are not just in writing. The maps are out. That is why I tell you that the Biafra we are talking about today is no longer, before they tell us it's online Biafra, online country. They can't say it anymore. They can't say it anymore. There was a time they come every time, they ask us, where is the map? You are talking about Biafra, where is your map? Some will come, they say, where is your roadmap? What is your strategy? You want to get Biafra, how do you want to get it? all these questions have been answered in action. You know, when they were asking that question, we were diligently going where we are going, heading to that direction. But they wanted to push us ahead. We took our time. And that is why I love my Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. You can't force him to do things when it is not right. The same way, Master Nandekan, you can't force these people to do what they don't want to do when the time is not right. Until that time is right, things will be done. Remember, there was a time they were asking Mazen Dandekan every blessed day in their media, what is your roadmap? You are talking of Biafra every day. Biafra, what is your roadmap? What is your plan? What is your roadmap? They were bombarding Mazen Dandekan right, left, and center. Today, that question is answered not just in word, but in action. Our Prime Minister explained it very clear. That in the pursuit of the restoration of Biafra, that it is on three ways. We are pursuing it diplomatically, we are pursuing it politically, and we are pursuing it in armed struggle. And these three ways are on high speed, except you are a blind man or a woman. If you're still there today and you're telling me you are not seeing the progress we have made so far, it means you are blind. Either you are blind or you are a deceiver, deceiving yourself, believing your own lie, or you are covered with envy and jealousy and greed. Apart from this, if you open your heart clean, forget about your envy and jealousy, forget about who is leading and who is not leading, and focus on the reality, you will agree with me that we have made great success. We have made great success so far. Today, so many questions they asked us in the past, they can't ask that question now. When they were asking us, where is the Biafra? What is the map? Give us the map of Biafra. Some say they are not part of it, some say they are part of it. Today, the indigenes of the land themselves, the Biafran states themselves, people in that states drew their map by their own self and they brought it out. No nation was forced on anybody. That 40 state of Biafra were created by the people themselves. The people by themselves created that 40 state of Biafra with Ebube as the capital. It is not something to debate. It is not Master Simon Ekpa imposing anybody, say you be this or be that. That is why there was a time when people were quarreling with the name Biafra. And when I look at them, I laugh. Some people say, we can't answer Biafra. That Biafra, the name is this, the name is that. The problem is not the name. When we get our country, when we get our freedom, if you want to answer foul, it's up to you. If you want to answer cockroach, it is all to you. Whatever name you want, you can answer. But for now, that name Biafra has gone very far, and it's a name that has power. A name that has power, and we must accomplish the assignment before ever you can think of sitting on the right table to agree. Because a lot of life have been lost in this name Biafra. You can't just throw them to the dustbin. How do you think they will feel? All of a sudden, you wake up one day without any ceremony, and then you say you don't want Biafra anymore. People have lost their life in this name. If the name will ever be changed, if it will ever be changed, it will be after we have celebrated those who died because of this name. At least we'll lay a stone where they will be remembered, their name will be written. Then you can begin to negotiate with them on how to change the name. You can't just wake up and you think that the spirit of the dead will allow you. But today, all those questions are answered. Biafrans themselves are coming out in numbers, choosing where they want to be. And the most interesting thing that is happening today that is making the zoo cry, when you see them cry, there is one important thing that's happening: the unification of the Igbos. The Igbos are uniting wherever they are. Igbos in Kogi, Igbos in River State, Igbos in Edo State, every single one of them today. We have crossed that stage. All those lies they have told them, oh, you are not Igbo, you are not Igbo. Today, people by themselves are coming out to speak and say, this is where I belong. People are coming out to say, to claim whom they are. People are coming out with confidence and say, look at where I belong. They finally realize it. And that is a very great thing that is happening in a speed. The speed at which it's happening, you can't believe it. The unification of all the Igbos across that very zoological republic. With all those boundaries they put on, those boundaries is being torn down into pieces, and people are marching back home. That is a great thing. And it didn't stop at that. It did not stop at that. Today, the middle belts that they have confused and forced them to be Northerners, people in the middle belt, they painted them Northerners and they were using them against the South. In the Civil War of 1967, the middle belt played a major role. They played a major role and they fought against Biafrans. That middle belt they have used to manipulate the Zoological Republic to count numbers and tell you that they are larger than you. Today, middle belt on their own has come to join alliance with the Biafra Republic of Exile. They were not forced. Nobody went to beg them. On their own, they have woken up and they have seen that the best friend they can have in that zoo is the Biafran people. And they reached out to our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And Prime Minister opened his arm. As we are, that is the nature of the Biafrans. Biafrans are not people, they are not people who are, they don't isolate people. Any place they go, they build that place. That's the nature of Biafran people. Very friendly, very loving and welcoming. Even when you offend them, very easy to forgive you and move on. They don't sit back and continue to lament. That's the Biafrans. Biafrans don't go and begin to lament on things that have gone down. And that was why after the Civil War, you saw Biafrans, they went back into Nigeria to develop that Nigeria. They went back up to the north, core north, Kaduna, Kafanchan, Borno, Sokoto. They went all these areas and continued to develop with their free mind. But it's unfortunate that the people we are dealing with are monsters. It's unfortunate that the people we are dealing with is an unforgiving set of people, heartless people. Even when we have by ourselves, reintegrated ourselves, yet they are not happy. They promised 3R after the Civil War: reintegration, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. These three things were not done. The 3R, none of them was done. They did not rehabilitate anybody in Biafra land. Not our soldiers, not the citizens, not our children. Instead of rehabilitating us, what they are doing today is to remind us of what they did to us in Civil War. They make us more angry. Instead of rehabilitation, what they do is at any point in time, they throw it at our face. We killed your fathers in those days. If you do, we kill you again. They continue to remind us. In reconstruction, they did not reconstruct anywhere. No reconstruction was done in Biafra land. That is why you see them. There's no presence of federal government in Biafra land. After how many years? It's only just yesterday when you talk now, they will tell you second Niger Bridge. Second Niger Bridge, are you building it for the Biafrans alone? You are building it for yourself. It is the bridge that you use to come and cross and carry our oil and go. It is the bridge through which you come and transact and carry our wealth in the southeast and go. But when you talk about what they have done, they will point to the second Niger Bridge. After how many years? Up to this moment, they are still talking about second Niger Bridge. Each time you see them talking about their investment or whatever presence of the federal government in Biafra land, it is always a propaganda lies. They tell you that they give you international airport. International airport in the southeast, in Biafra land, every single one of them, none of them is viable. None of them is viable. And if you decide to fly into Enugu or Port Harcourt, it is much more expensive, almost times 2, than flying to Lagos. They make sure it's very, very expensive. For you to fly in Biafra airspace, much more expensive. They make it uncomfortable so that people will be going to Lagos. Even Abuja, cheap. Kaduna, cheap. But when it comes to the southeast, becomes so expensive. They make it impossible. Look at now, we have been crying about seaport. All of a sudden, now that they see that we are going home, they started their propaganda. They start their propaganda, you begin to see video. The seaport in Onitsha is viable. The seaport in Onitsha, they begin to receive live from the pit of hell. A very big lie from the pit of hell. Which seaport? Which seaport? Have you seen anybody tell you that he cleared anything in Onitsha? But go to social media, you see their propaganda videos that the seaport in Onitsha is now viable. These are the lies they tell just because of the tension they are seeing now. But we don't care. Even if they wake up today and build a seaport in Onitsha, Biafra must go. And we cannot use that nonsense seaport they are building. And there was an illustration somebody made. Somebody made that illustration. These people who want to build seaport for you, the second Niger bridge they are building, they build that bridge and make it low. It is low in a way that big ship cannot pass under it. Ship cannot pass under that bridge. So how can you say you are building a seaport in that Onitsha, but the bridge you build there is very low and the big ship cannot pass under it? How is the container going to pass? You know how big a ship is, and you know how they load the ship. When you go, just go and watch the video of this their second Niger bridge and see how low it is. With that kind of nature of bridge, how can a ship be passing through there? To where? To which direction? And these are the lies and propaganda they push. All those nonsense they're building, when Biafra come, most of those things will be destroyed. They will be broken into pieces and destroyed because they are just waste. Most of those things they build it on their own style. They build it with hatred. They build it in order to hinder you because you don't force them build it. They just build it anyhow and go away. And we can't rely on all those nonsense they are building. Every Biafra, wherever you are, as we are walking into 2023, you must prepare your mind. As we are walking into 2024, you must prepare your mind. In 2023, it was all brokers, talking, with some actions. But in 2024, it is going to be a different ballgame. Whatever we are saying here is not to frighten you. It is not to frighten you. It is not to make you happy, but it's to tell you the reality of the day. If you are watching us from Biafra land, you must prepare your mind and prepare yourself. It is going to get tougher. If you are one of those who is complaining about sit at home, if you're one of those who is very good in complaining about sit at home, prepare to complain more. Just prepare yourself to complain more. Because you are going to see something that will make you to sit, whether you like it or not. 2024, it is going to be a different ball game. Today, you have already started seeing the signal. And the preparation into 2023-24 has started. There are some important events that happen. Some important events that you see, you will understand that 2024 will not be a joke. One of those events is number one, the sack of the Eye of Nigeria from the legal team of Mazen Nandekan. That sack of the Eye of Nigeria for the legacy of Mazen Nandekan is a remarkable thing that has happened. We have been waiting for that news for a very long time. We waited and waited and waited. Even our Prime Minister got worried. And he made a broadcast and he said that he doesn't know what Mazen Nandekan is waiting for. And after that broadcast, Mazen Nandekan gave that word and removed that eye of the zoo in his case. When you hear that that man is removed today, the case of Mazen Nandekan is now straight. And we can now concentrate, knowing fully well that the freedom of Mazen Nandekan is in our hand. Not somebody who will come and begin to pray and cast and ban instead of being a lawyer that he's supposed to be. He will come and become a prayer warrior. A senior advocate will come and become a senior. The other one will come and tell you every time you go to court, they come and tell you done and dusted. Tell me, everything have been done and dusted for how many years? Done and dusted, done and dusted. Where is Mazen Nandekan? He first of all started that the first language was Mazen Nandekano is in high spirit. That was the first language, high spirit. Until Mazen Samaneba told him, stop that nonsense. There is no way you can be in the captivity and you will be in high spirit. What sort of high spirit is that? When Mazen Samaneba attacked him, he stopped using that. And he entered into done and dusted.
Ụmụ Chineke.
He started from Umu Chineke. Later, he began to put it Ezigbo Umu Chineke. That means there are Ajo Umu Chineke. Where's the Ezigbo Umu Chineke? These are the kind of people we are seeing. So, Chukwu Okike used Mazi Samuel to do a lot of marvelous work. And the preparation into 24 have started from Mazi Nandekano. It started from Mazi Nandekano, from the sack of that man. That was the first step. Then the second preparation into 2024 is the alliance that we saw. First of all, the second is the alliance we saw with Ambazonia. The alliance with Ambazonia was cemented. At the last minute, it was cemented. And our Prime Minister announced a joint military operation. Joint military operation between Biafra and Ambazonia. That treaty was signed. Diplomatic move were made. And today, that is the preparation into 24. And as we are preparing, just of recent, you hear the Middle Belt by the UNSEF came out and pledged allegiance to Biafra. The Middle Belt. They came on their own and joined. And today, some people got worried. Even when that announcement was made, some people were worried. Some were saying, we have not saved ourselves. Why are we trying to go and save these people? Why are we doing this? That some people are so fast in talking. Sometimes when you see certain things, you keep silent and watch. And I used to tell people, the person that is piloting the affair of this Biafra today, he's not just a man on the street. When you see his qualification and his experience, at least you have to give him a benefit of doubt whenever he says a word. With his qualification, this is a man who is a military man. He has a military training. This is a man who is a politician, a practicing politician, qualified one. This is a man who read international law. He's a lawyer. Somebody with these three qualities, nobody's above mistake, but somebody with these qualities, it will be very difficult for him to make a careless mistake that other people make. Why wouldn't you give him a benefit of doubt? With all these experiences he's had, a military man, a politician, and a lawyer, why wouldn't you give him a benefit of doubt? When that announcement was made, some people were jittering and be talking from all part of their mouth. And our Prime Minister, as a good leader he is, he didn't keep silent. He came and responded. He made it clear that the military we are talking about, the Biafran Liberation Army we are talking about in the Middle Belt, will be comprising of indigenous people in the Middle Belt. There will be no Liberation Army, indigenous to the old Southeastern region that will be part of that. And already, the Middle Belt has 20,000 men already. 20,000 men, volunteers already in the Middle Belt, indigenous people. And he said by January that we are going to have up to 50,000 men. Are you now okay? And some of you who think that we are going there to occupy land, he made it clear that this very alliance is not about occupation of land. It is not about domination. It is not about taking over somebody. It is about humanity, to save life and secure everybody, for people to be on their own. So if you think we are going there to go and take over, because some people now will go and preach, they will tell you Biafrans want to go and take Middle Belt. Biafrans want to go and occupy the Middle Belt. That is not the point. The Biafran Liberation Army, you see, they seek for alliance for us to help them, and they help us, and we fight together and make sure that they sustain and hold their side. They need a voice, and we give them that voice. The soldiers on the ground are people from Middle Belt, from A to Z. When you see these three events that happened, these three events, it is a preparation for what is coming. in 2024. And you heard our Prime Minister say that the Liberation Army will be upgraded, and the upgrade have started. You heard him speak about the launching of our Air Force. The Air Force and the Air Defense will be launched any moment from now. 2024, you must tighten up your belt. The world will hear from us. We have cried enough. During the time of crying, we cried and cried and cried. Nobody paid attention. They were laughing. We complained. They were laughing. We brought evidence. We sent to United Nations. Nobody paid attention. We called to Amnesty International. They didn't listen. We sent evidence to so many places. None of them paid attention. Instead, they were laughing at us. Until we got to a point where the only choice that remains for us is for us to defend ourselves, the devil alternative. And today,
the trick survivor, David Abaton, sorry. Our brother, I'm just seeing it now. Our brother Chukuma Solomon was here. Please, when he comes again, my brother, if it is network, please, I would like you to come again before my time goes off. And anybody that once he come, you just allow him to speak, because you know in your program in the morning he promised that he will be here. Okay, I think he's back. He's back. Let's just allow him. My brother, no. Can you hear me? My brother Obuna, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. My brother, continue when he
unmute yourself, bro. Shooks, unmute yourself. So, as I was saying, every one of us need to prepare for what is coming. We need to get prepared. Get yourself prepared. It will never ever be business. Get yourself prepared. In 2024, things are going to happen. The only thing you can do for yourself now is to begin to prepare yourself. And I bet you, personally, on my own heart, my prayer is that every one of us that have survived up to this minute should live into 2024. 2024 is just a few days from now. Just a few days from now, we'll say bye-bye to 2023. But even as at that, some people are not going to make it into 2024. Some people will not make it into 2024. It is not because of their sin. It is not because they are not careful. It is not because they did anything wrong. Some of them, some people have been destined not to see 2024. It is their destiny, and there's nothing you can do about that. So if you are one of those who is still alive today, you should pray and pray hard that Chukwu Okike Abiyama should give you that grace to be in 2024. But my worries and my concern is those people who are going to lose their life carelessly at this dying minute. There are some people who has ignored every warning that have been given. You see, every time our Prime Minister come online and gives us intels, he gives intels, he gives warning, he tells what? Some people take it as a joke. And when you ignore these information and something happened to you, you have yourself to blame. Are you going to blame me? You don't blame me, you blame yourself. It will be a very sad thing that any one of us should play into the hand of the enemy at this dying minute. Warning has been coming again and again that every one of us living in Biafra land, stay 1 kilometer away from every single barrack in Biafra land. It does not matter whether police barrack, army barrack, naval barrack, air force barrack, custom barracks, whatever barrack it is that belongs to the zoo in Biafra land, stay 1 kilometer away from such places. The warning has been coming. Do not hawk near any checkpoint. And every one of us should be passing this information to our families and friends. Some people who don't have that opportunity to come online, send them the information and pass it to them. The warning has come that wherever you see the Zoological Republic terrorist uniform, any place you see them with their car, run for your life. Don't stay near there. If you see them at the filling station, if you want to buy a fuel at the filling station and they come there, please leave that very place. Forget when they go, you can come back and buy your fuel. If you are in a restaurant eating food and they park their car, they come into that place for any reason whatsoever, leave that food, walk away until they are gone. You can come back. You are in a shop, you are buying something and they come into that shop, just leave what you are buying, go. When they are gone, you can come back. If you are in the traffic, give them gap. Don't stay near them in the traffic. Do not go and begin to drag traffic. Give them enough gap. The order has been given by our Prime Minister to evict every one of them. And the Liberation Army has started the operation. You don't know when they're going to come. Your presence there cannot stop them from carrying their mission. The Liberation Army has a mission to accomplish. Your presence at the wrong place at the right time, it will not stop them from doing what they're doing. That is why you must not play into the hand of the enemy. We are in a critical time. 2024 is a stone throw out there. In a few days, we'll be in 2024. It will be a very sad thing that any one of us that is watching this program and hearing us today will make that mistake and lose his or her life carelessly. It will be a sad thing. My prayer is that every single one of us in this platform today watching, we will all see 2024. My prayer is that every single Biafran living on planet Earth who has survived from January up to this minute, every one of us, we are going to see 2024. No matter what the devil says, no matter what they do, we'll see it. But in that prayer, remember, prayer without work is useless. You don't say because you prayed, then you come and you put yourself in harm's way. You don't say because you prayed, you don't follow instructions. No. You see, we are in a different era. In the era that we are now, what you give is what you take. What you see is just what you get. There's no need. There's nothing you can tell me now. Everybody's eyes is now open. Everybody's eyes. You see, even all those pastors that give prophecy, they are tired of giving their prophecy. In this year, I've not seen them prophesying the way they prophesied before. If it were before, by now you have started seeing prophecy coming from right, left, and center. And I know some of them are still going to prophesy. On 31st night, you will see some of them who is going to tell you what is happening in 2024. Before you obey anybody or before you listen to them, I want you to go back to the one they told you in 2023. In 2022, the one they prophesied in 31st night of 2022, go and check how many of them, how many of those their prophecy fulfilled. Go and check. How many of the prophecy they gave you in 2022, 31st night, how many of them was correct? Remember, the same Bible already told us that how you know a false prophet. Bible explained how you can know a false prophet. A prophet that says a thing and it doesn't come to pass. If you're a prophet, you prophesy and that your prophecy does not come to pass, you are a false prophet. It is very simple to know them. But sometimes is that we are carried away by our, I don't know what I can call it, overzealousness for God. Some of us, we claim to be angels. We decide to be God ourselves. There's nothing wrong in loving God. I know Biafrans generally will love God. And that is why all these people, they have seen that it is through God that they can be able to win the heart of Biafrans. And they are using it against us. But time has come. Time has come when we should know the true God we worship. We should know the true God, the God of Creator, the Creator. And when you read your Bible, understand it by yourself. Understand it. There's one confusion that all these Pentecostal churches are causing. One confusion I see there is that when people come, they will read the Bible. Instead of explaining it the way they read it, they will tell you that they have spiritual interpretation. Every single pastor has his own spiritual interpretation to every quotation. And that is how they confuse people. You will read something in ABC written in English and you begin to interpret it differently. And you tell me it's your spiritual. As you have your own spiritual interpretation, that is how I have my own. And that is the confusion that I have brought in the church. Every Pentecostal pastor has a spiritual interpretation to a portion of the Bible that he has read. Why don't we just follow the word of God the way it is and go on with it? Because when you are interpreting your own spiritual interpretation, me, when I read it, I have my own spiritual interpretation. Every single one of us, when you read that portion, if there is something Chukwukame want to tell you, he's going to tell you. But not somebody bringing his own idea to force into you and tell you that this is his own interpretation. He will force you to believe that his own interpretation. Time has come for us to prepare. We got to prepare ourselves in 2024. It's the time to go home. In 2024, it is the time to go home. A lot of things are going to happen in 2024. So many things are going to happen. So many doors will be shaken. So many locked doors will be opened. It is going to be tough. I'm not telling you this to frighten you. No, not at all. I'm only telling you this to prepare yourself. If you're living abroad, talk to your people at home. Talk to people back home. If you know how you're going to equip them now, equip them. Everybody in Biafra, begin to prepare yourself. You see, all this sit at home we have been doing all this while. You see, in 2023 was almost sit at home, sit at home, sit at home. That was a preparation to prepare you for what is coming. Every sit at home you have seen us embark on, it is a preparation to prepare you in what is coming in 2024. And I want you to go and ask people in Ukraine. Ask them how many days did they sit at home. People in Ukraine, ask them. In other places where there are trouble, go and ask them how many days they sit at home. But in the case of the issue of Biafra, we have leaders who has concern about the masses. We have leaders who consider their people. Do you think that the Biafra Liberation Army cannot go to open war? Do you think that? Do you think that the Biafra Liberation Army do not have the capacity to go to war? They have the capacity to go to war. But we have chosen a different path. We have chosen the path of peace, the path of safety, to make sure that every life is secure. That is why you have not seen that open warfare. That is why you see Biafrans taking their own time going on guerrilla warfare. And for the world who are watching, for people who are watching, if you are watching and you are not a Biafran, you are outside. And you are getting a wrong impression about the Liberation Army. What the Liberation Army of Biafra is doing is self-defense, act of self-defense, defending the life of Biafrans and their properties. And the international law supports self-defense. African law supports Nigerian law itself supports self-defense. We have had their Minister of Defense in Nigeria telling villagers to protect themselves. Don't wait the military, protect themselves. We have had it from them. So whatever the Liberation Army is doing today is out of self-defense to the highest level. Defending their own people. It is not a crime. Look at what happened in Kaduna, Plateau State. Look at how innocent people lost their life in Plateau State. Innocent people. Look at a young child, a child who came to this world only to start his life with tears. What are you going to tell that child? That child who lost his mother. While the mother was lying on the ground, the child was still at the back, tied at the back, crying. How are you going to explain that to that child when that child grows up? How are you going to explain it? Every one of us should prepare. My brother Shukuma, are you there? Unmute yourself. You are muted. You are muted, Shukuma. Unmute yourself and speak if you're there. You are having a very big problem today. Why you cannot unmute yourself? My sister, can you unmute him? Can you be able to unmute him? Unmute yourself.
I think he's the one. He's the one that needs to unmute himself.
Yeah, he's unmute yourself, my brother Chukuma. Unmute yourself. If you don't unmute yourself, there's no way we can hear you. So, as I was saying, it is just something that we must have to stand up.
It's like my mic works together with his own, because once I unmute myself, Chukuma, can you hear us now? Maybe I'm using the Nigeria background phone.
It's terrible. Chuma will cry today. He will cry today because he likes to join the program and make his contribution. So, as I was saying, when you look at what is happening in Plateau State today, if you are not touched, if your heart is not touched, that means you're not human. When you look at that video of what transpired, if you're not moved, that means you're not human. And do you know the courage that these people have when they came? They came for this operation. They still have the time to video their operation, where they were going, what they were doing. And from the information that they are gathered, these people came in with the military uniform. They were wearing military uniform, and they did that operation for hours. For hours. In Plateau State, nobody showed up. This same Plateau State, we have, Nigeria has airport base there. They have Air Force base in Plateau State. The governor himself confessed that calls were coming to him within that period. Governor confessed by himself. He was aware. And yet, he could not be able to secure the life of his people. Now, do you see why the life of the Biafrans are in the hands of the Biafra Republic? Do you see why the Biafrans have decided to put their hope on Biafra Republic? Because these people will never defend you, neither will they work for you or fight for you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Ndị ihe achọghị ka ime program taa, and iwe mbụ na o kwuru ya na ọ ga-abịa in the morning.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. The floor is yours. It's like my mic works together with his. Look, if I mute myself.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, go on. We can hear you. Go on now. Go on, we can hear you. Go on, speak louder.
I don't know.
We can hear you. Your time is going. It's almost time. We can hear you.
It's not connecting. It's not connecting. So, my fellow Biafrans that are watching, please, I want every one of you to understand that the battle ahead of us is in our hands. If we will win this battle, it is in your hand. If we will lose it, it is. But I bet you, we would never, ever lose. We will never lose this battle. We have won already. And the gods of the land are with us. Chukwu Okukame is beside us. The people are with us. You see the way people are lining up behind the Biafra organization. And that is the fear of the zoo. That is why they are jittering. They are so much afraid. So much afraid. And the Liberation Army that we have, they are not a match to them in any way. Look at them, why they are crying of lack of manpower. Within a space of few days, 20,000 men have been raised. 20,000 men have been raised. And in January, it will be up to 50,000 men to defend the Middle Belt. And the Middle Belters have seen already that there's no faith in Nigeria. We have been crying about this and saying it, that Nigeria has ended. But people don't understand. But finally today, I thank God that indigenous people are beginning to understand that there is no faith in Nigeria. The indigenous people are now trying to understand that there's no faith in Nigeria. And there's no point for anybody to waste him or her time and say you are having faith and believing in one Nigeria. I pray that Chukwu Okike will give us that strength, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to persevere until we get to our final point. Every one of us that is watching this program, I want you to prepare yourself and ask yourself this question: how are you going to help to sustain this success until victory? Ask yourself that question. How are you going to support the Biafra Republic of Exile under our Prime Minister Mazi Samanepa to sustain this success until the final victory? There are several ways you can support. Most importantly, financially. Biafrans are doing tremendously well financially already. There's no doubt about that. For every success you have seen today, it's out of the contribution of the Biafran people. Nobody is sponsoring this organization. Not any country is sponsoring, not any organization is sponsoring. Biafrans are sponsoring themselves, and they are doing tremendously well. But at this point, we must double our effort. We must double our effort. Whatever thing you are doing, double your effort for us to sustain this success until the final whistle. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and I can see that light shining bright. If you can't see it, it means you are blind. If you can't see it, ask yourself again, are you with us or not? If you're with us, there's no way you can say you're not seeing the light. I can see the light and I see it brighter. Are you there, Obina? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, speak on. Talk to Biafrans.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Talk to Biafrans.
Okay, finally. Okay, thank you once again, my brother. I am sorry for coming late and on the process. I have a lot of the disturbance on my way, and network is one of it, but I was able to catch in. You see, my we are about to match anything which we are doing, and just like as we hosted the program in the morning, complaint without action is invalid, and most of us have seen what has transpired all this while, how the eyes of the zoo has been busted. Umuekwensulaiters have been vanished out of the media. A lot of things have vanished, and more is about to be revealed. And I still thank Chukwu Okiabiama Pulumihenine, who made it possible. Just like what I told you in the morning on our PM Twitter handle, the information he gave to our people in Old Imo State concerning what the zoo is about to do, and by his grace of Chukwu Okiabiama, their plan was
I think his network is bad. Of course, that is what you expect. As they are not allowing him now, they will be collecting their data. That is the worst part of it. This is what you see in a country. Please continue. The time is almost up, so I would like you to conclude. Obinna, maybe next week Thursday you call back, or maybe you finish the discussion tomorrow in King David Herbert channel. Chuk Survivor have entered my mind. So tomorrow you continue the discussion. Just a minute now, it will clock 1 hour. So body no be firewood.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. So please, my beloved Biafrans that are watching far and wide, any place you are watching us from, I want you to be consistent and focused, more temptation are going to come. More blackmail are going to come. More distraction is going to come. But I beg you, remain focused. We have gone too far for us to fail. We can't fail. There's no reason why we must fail. We have crossed the Rubicon, and there's no going back. Every Biafran that is sincere and watching this program, I want you to applaud yourself. We have done well. If you are genuinely standing with the Biafra Republic of Israel under Master Manepa, you have to applaud yourself. You have done well. We have fought a great battle, but it is not over. Now that we are going to enter into another tough stage in 2024, you have already started seeing how it's going to look like. Prepare yourself, tighten your belt, and continue to obey instructions. If you are in Nigeria, obey instructions. Keep to every instruction. I bet you are going to raise that flag. Very soon, that ceremonial declaration of Biafra that you want, it is going to happen. We want you to be alive and see it. Obey instructions. Continue to support in any way you can, not only on the day of fundraising. The link for you to make the payments and support the Biafra program is there. The link for you to support the Liberation Army is there. Just follow that link and make your contribution on your own time. There are some of us who are blessed because of this. There are some of us whose call is to support financially. Don't hesitate. If you hesitate, you're not going to like the outcome. But if you play your role, your sea will never dry. If you do what you're supposed to do, every contribution you make into this very struggle to sustain the Liberation Army that is protecting the land, your sea will never dry. Whatever you give, you're going to get it back in 1,000-fold. Stay strong wherever you are. We are going home. It is not over until it's over. Tighten your belt. Success will be ours. May Chukwu guide and protect every one of us until we meet again next Thursday.
Thank you so much, my brother. Before you leave, there is an intel here that the Prime Minister, he wrote, he said, breaking, no matter what, don't miss my State of the Nation address on the 30th of this month. During the achievement announcement, you will hear how we restored Biafra in 2023 and prepare for 2024. So, on the 30th of this month, which next tomorrow, if I'm right? Yes. The Prime Minister will be hosting. Of course, I always bring it here. So if you are not there to watch it live, either you go to David. If you want to know more about Prime Minister, because there is some programs he had before. Because I'm saying this for these people that they very kiji. I don't like it by the mother. My noble is up to home by the habia. This is not today's video. Some of them that are claiming that they know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they don't know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They just got to know about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu since he was kidnapped. Some of them have not been listening to his program. If you are listening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you are a true follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will know that what he is facing today, he has been saying it. He said how many days prayer, how many people participated. Immediately, the prayer was about to finish. That was when he was kidnapped. The same way Jesus Christ, I'm not saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Jesus Christ. The same way Jesus told his disciples to pray. Assume me, myself, and you prayed, maybe this thing would have, but I think his kidnap is make this Biafra actualization more easier than we expect. So if you see me broadcasting Mazi Simon Ekpa or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, don't ask me. Some people, I was surprised. Somebody asked, there was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because sometimes if I want to console myself, I'll go back to his broadcast to listen to his voice, because I like his voice so much. I'll just go and listen. So when I see it, I will try to bring it. Some people will be asking you, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what kokoya pate ya hania? Even more never would have been yourself when you're not for a ho or hamadike yapota, go aya hane and I or is he a recent broadcast? In some of Mazis and Monepas broadcast, you have not watched it. If I present it, Igeya, oh, Nantigacho Hina, if you go down, you see Febata, Fepo. So now, the Prime Minister is so busy. He doesn't have time to, every time of exposition is over. What is he exposing again? Nigeria have used their hand to expose themselves. This is time for work, time for action. So sometimes we'll present their video to remind you, to let you know what is going on. So don't come and ask me, this is not a recent video, this is 10 years video. 10 years video will still be useful in this present. So if you miss the broadcast, State of the Union on the 30th, you can go to David Herbert channel. This is his present channel. He always iterating more Tio. There is one program I watch. Then when we were there, Hannah money breakfast. If you want to, like, that is how I do, because whenever he does his program, his country hours differs from mine. I always stay in the kitchen, or maybe if I'm drinking, I'll be watching King David's about live broadcast. And this my brother Chuko Mobe, he's coming. This my brother, he's trying. I'm just disappointed that this network wouldn't allow him to speak. These are the people that is the oyele no nisindo brhaka roll all the way from Zoological Republic. He's calling. We take go na data now. Every morning he's in Chick Survivor, and my brother Evan Maxwell, he always come to. In fact, he to go to David Herbert channel in the morning. My own is on Tuesday, on Thursdays, maybe during the week, because I am very, very busy. So you cannot compare me. That energy which you get, I no get them. So I managed to keep everything afresh. So if you miss the State of the Union, you go there or you come to this platform and watch it. It's not a problem. We are always here to update you on what is happening. Anything we present here is what is happening. We don't add sugar. We don't carry fake news. Like I see many people, it's a man for that matter, that calls himself a Biafra. He fell because he na chuego. It's only chuego won't go eziokwu. If they say Prime Minister cause you know, well, Prime Minister won your bioma, Abocadre Madre, I had you found Gwego. Ego have made a lot of people to lose their conscience. People can do anything to make money. They don't even care about the outcome of that. Even on Facebook, I wanna. That's why I love YouTube. YouTube remains my best platform. Very decent platform. You cannot post any nonsense thing on YouTube. But if you Facebook, hey, ever I any chance in what you can jaisi kegi name first, and that is what people like watching. I'm a boy, you know where he see. So if you want to get update about what is happening in Biafra, because I don't make post here but when you first I need post eba mwadukwa nkwadobe na tabai mwadukwa mother no na afọ neba afọ sato anarube habem obu ifoma ndị ọzọ biche eba every holiday he je ebe ha de goto na agba Christmas a ije fundi lapo nuno nata no ne I'm in another man's country, but I feel safe guide. If you go down there, if they no kidnap you, they call money where you never see in your entire life. Ababuoge by mistake. Eworogu nyebuoge. Nya odemma. All these things, is it good? Can we take go to Biafra? I want to Biafra. Our people brain reasoning, especially this aspect of a superstitious belief, just like what you said now. For somebody same Bible go onye goro akwụkwọ ide learn edemere more understand somebody abia na brainwash go sige nwere spiritual and more well I don't know, but Biafra bia for us to live in peace. Obuka this ideology ebukwe sebe ni na aputa na abanyekwa ba aya ha work kwa. So my beloved brother, thank you so much for being here, and I want to appreciate everybody. My brother Chukuma Obinna, I'm very, very sorry. Please, the network is not allowing you, and my time is up. Maybe tomorrow we'll continue from Chooks from King David King Abba channel. So thank you so much, and may God bless everybody in the comment section, everybody that share this program. Ka Chukwu okike bi n'igwe pụrụ ime ihe niile gọzie gị, anyị niile ga-afụ afọ 2024. Ọ bụkwa ịfụ ya, anyị ga-afụ ya, afụ ya na njedebe. As long as ihe na-eme aka gị kwụ ọtọ, ide eche echiche ọjọọ, ide eme mmadụ ibe gị, the highest weapon ị nwere against anybody bụ aka gị dị otu a. Kwụwa aka gị ọtọ na ihe ọbụla ị na-eme. Onye ọbụla a na-achị gị ofe, ọ na-achịtara ya back. So ka Chukwu gọzie anyị niile. Thank you, my brother. We'll see you again next week.